This is the safest investment that you can do with your money. And it's a secret tool that rich people use, and you should too. And that's what this video is all about. Hello everyone, my name is Nick and welcome back to Finance with Nick. Now in this YouTube channel, we go over absolutely everything that has to deal with making money. We're talking about investment strategies. We're talking about passive income, and we're also talking about investments. So if you like videos like that, help me out on my YouTube journey and hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of good content coming out. And if you learned anything from this video, or I earned you just a little bit of money, help me out with those YouTube guides and hit that like button. All right, let's get into the video. I'm pumped for this. Now, there is a million things that you could do with your money. You could put it in stocks. You can put it in ETFs. You can put it in like Pokemon cards. You could put it in real estate. You can do whatever you want with it. But all of these things come with high risk. You never know how the values of things are going to go. So this investment throws all of those out the window. It's essentially zero risk. You're guaranteed to make some money. And this is what rich people do with their money. Now, the investment strategy that I'm talking about is high interest savings accounts. Now, the average savings account, they pay you nothing. They pay you like 0.01%. Essentially, you're losing to inflation. And for the most part, a lot of high yield savings accounts are still pretty low. We're talking about 1.5%. Now, I've scoured the internet. I've looked at so many different banks, almost made my eyes bleed. But there are a lot of mobile banks specifically that offer very competitive high yields for your money. And there isn't a lot of stipulations that you got to follow. By far the safest investment that you could ever do with meaningful returns. And the best part is that you can access your money whenever you want. A lot of times with other investments, besides being risky, you can't pull it out instantly. But with this investment, you can. All right, now the first savings account that I want to go over is Discover. Now, Discover offers you 2.15% on your money each and every year. Now, just to throw in a visual element to this, if you scroll down on the Discover page, you could see what Discover pays you and then what of the 3 most popular banks pay you for your savings account, which isn't that crazy? It's like 0.01%. That's insane. That's where the majority of our money is as a country, as people. And every once in a while I see pennies in my account. And that's the interest that I'm getting. I'm getting pennies. Whereas it's completely different. All right, so I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna type in $1.5 million. I personally don't have 1.5 million that I could put in a bank, but I just wanted to show this as an example. If you have $1.5 million for the entire year, Discover is gonna pay you $33,000 for just the pleasure of holding your money. That is fantastic. That is pretty much a full-time job. This is the definition of passive income. And the best part is that it's a bank account, so you can access it whenever you want, and it's FDIC insured. So if Discover goes under, which they're not going to, you are covered up until a certain point. Now, if we scroll down a little bit farther, just so you can see if you keep it there for multiple years, and the APY will fluctuate between the years, but for the most part, it should stay consistent. But they do reserve the right, it says at the bottom, they do reserve the right to change the APY at any point without notice. When you do put your money in these accounts, I would just check and see whether the APY has changed, whether it's gotten a little bit lower, gotten a little higher, just so you have an understanding of how much money that you're gonna make. So let's say you put the same $1.5 million in this account and the APY doesn't change for, let's say, 20 years. You would have made $800,000 by doing absolutely nothing. Now, rich people do this with just crazy amounts of money. Like if you have $5 million and you put it in this account and you hold it for that same amount of time, you would have made $2.7 million for doing nothing. That's like $100,000. That's over $100,000 a year. That is insane. And that is how rich people stay rich. And that's what they do with their money. So this is Discover. This was a good example that I wanted to go into first. You also have some that are just a little bit higher. Now, the next one that I want to go over is Basque Bank. And all the ones that I go over are FDIC insured. So you're covered. So for this one, you will earn an annual yield of 2.75%. So we're talking about 0.6 better than the Discover card. So all the math that I was just doing, you're gonna add 0.6. And not even that, you could also take your rewards in American Airline Advantage miles. And they also have a sign up offer that if you put in 25,000, you earn an extra 5,000 American Airline loyalty points, which that's good enough for a couple trips, depending on where you're going, of course. So the first one that I recommend is Discover, which has an annual return of 2.15%. The next one is going to be Basque Bank, which has an annual return of 2.75%. All right, now the last two that I want to go over, there is some stipulations with these. So I just wanted to put these to the back, but the APY is fantastic. So with Aspiration, you have a 5% APY. So essentially double everything that I was saying earlier with Discover, even more than double. But in order to get this 5%, you do need to be an Aspiration Plus member, which is $6 a month. But that does come with perks, including 10% cash back. So depending on how much you use your card, you're gonna get that back. And then with the 5% APY, it is only up to $10,000. So you're only gonna get 5% on 10 grand. But still, these returns are awesome. Now the next one is SoFi. So you got Aspirations, you got SoFi. Now so with SoFi, it's a 2.5% APY. Now the only stipulation with this one is you're gonna need a consistent direct deposit into your account. But as long as you do that, you get 2.5% on all of your money. We're talking about your checking account, your savings account, like all the money that you have in SoFi, you get 2.5%, which that's crazy. That is just so awesome. So these are the 4 banks that I recommend that you should look into as far as a high yield savings account. This is what rich people are doing. This is how rich people stay rich. This is how rich people just make godly amount of money for doing nothing. It's also just insane that the big 3, that I've used pretty much my entire life, they only give you 0.01%. Now that's crazy. All right, and that's it. That is all I got. I wanted to get this video out there. I wanted to show you how you can make some passive income. This is the definition of passive income. If you have any questions on anything that I said, you can either hit me up in the email description or just drop a comment. I will get to everything. Now, again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're still here, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.